Welcome back to the TerryTracker channel, and welcome back to the vlog, and happy Thursday everybody. Yesterday I shot in 4K 30 because I am trying different settings on the camera to see where the sweet spot is, and today I am filming on 1080p 24 frames per second, which is supposed to be the cinematic type settings you're supposed to use. So, and I'm actually using the Sony today. I do have the GoPro with me. Let me have a look. Which I've set up on the same frame rate as the Sony. But just to give the Sony a try, and please ignore the engine noise in the background. Let's have a look. That's better. But what you may hear is the wind, because it is very windy. Now I do find this camera a little bit harder to frame because that's as far out as it'll zoom. So it zooms right in, hello, and zooms out. So yeah, this is as far out as I can zoom it, as wide as this lens will go. We'll see how we get on. I was going to go for a walk, but it started to rain, and it's very windy. But let me know. What I'll do is, if I swap to the GoPro, I'll put a little GoPro symbol. If I swap back to the Sony, I'll put a Sony symbol, so you know which camera I'm using at which particular time, and let me know which one you think is the better footage. I personally think I'm probably just going to stick with the GoPro and stick it on 60 frames per second, because I quite like that crisp look, but a lot of people are saying that is strange on the eye. We'll see how this comes out. Just a quick FYI, the Sony I am using is a Sony A5000. It is an older camera, and it only has the 18-50 kit lens on it. Just so you know, for comparisons. Another FYI, I can't shoot any faster than 50 frames per second with this camera. Another FYI, I keep looking up there and not looking at you because it has a screen at the top for so I can see where I'm pointing the camera. But I keep looking at that and not looking at you. I really apologise. If I am going to start using this camera more, I'm going to have to stop doing that and keep doing that. Yeah. So sorry if I'm not looking at you. It's because I keep looking up there. Okay, so we're walking through Gallagher Park now. As you can hear, it is extremely windy. So I'm not sure how much talking I'm going to be doing in this video. I keep looking up there. I've done it again, sorry. Yeah, so I'm not sure how much talking I'm going to be doing on this video. Once we get up the hill, it's going to be total blown out, I think, the audio. With the wind. So it may just be some cinematic shots of around the area. Still using the Sony, because that's why I keep looking up there. Yeah, come on, let's go for a wander. One thing I am noticing as I'm walking with this Sony is the sky is very blown out compared to the GoPro. If I point at the sky, yeah, there it comes back again, but it is very blown out. And it doesn't look as steady as the GoPro. When I'm walking, I can see, like, I'm going to exaggerate it, but I can see it doing this, where the GoPro takes that out. I do get a bit of bounce like that with the GoPro, but I'm getting side-to-side bounce on this one. Hey-ho. Hopefully we'll see some squirrels, because I keep saying, oh look, there's a squirrel with a GoPro, but then I can't do this, which I can do with a Sony. That is why I'm going to try to use this a bit more than what I have been. But like I say, I like to shoot in 60 frames per second, which this doesn't do. The maximum this does is 50. So that is the reason why I'm messing around and trying different settings on each of the cameras. So I'm going to switch to the GoPro now with the same settings in as this one, as the Sony, to see what the difference is. So this is the GoPro on 30 frames per second. I've never used the GoPro on 30 frames per second, and instantly I can see it's a much steadier shot. We're still getting a bit of bouncing up and down, but we're going to exaggerate it. We're not getting this going on. Come on, level yourself back up. There we go. That's the camera keeping the shot as level as possible. The steady stabilization, that's what I'm looking at. And we can still see some definition in the sky. Obviously for pointing up it'll go more defined, but yeah, I think the GoPro does a better job, but obviously I can't zoom. Gonna go back to the Sony for the next few, because that is what I'm really trying to get used to, because I am thinking of saving up once I've paid the drone off, because I've got that on a credit card. Once I've paid the drone off, the Mavic Air, I'm thinking of buying a Sony. Now obviously the ultimate tool that Sony are trying to give for vloggers is the ZV-1, but I've heard some bad reports. But for a lot more money there is the A6600, which is the A5000's bigger brother, which is the one I've got. So yeah, I'm just trying to see what the Sonys are like. Let me know down below. Do any of you use a ZV-1? Do any of you use an A6600? Let me know down below which ones you think are best. Back to the Sony. Anyhow, I'm reaching out to other YouTube vloggers. What frame rate do you suggest? I see loads of people suggesting this frame rate, which is 24 frames per second. I've seen people saying 50, I've seen people say 30, people say 60. What do you guys prefer? Let me know down below. I've already noticed with the Sony, I can't walk and do like a pan shot like this. Even when I'm not walking, it's very difficult to keep it steady. Where in comparison, I will show you the GoPro in a second. But I do like this option, where I can do a bit of that and zoom in. As you can see, the wind is getting up and it's even starting to rain. Wow, that's moving out. Come on, camera. You can do it. Back to the GoPro. Sorry about the wind. It has picked up. It is raining, but I can walk and give a bit of a pan shot like this, which I couldn't do with the Sony because it was sort of shaking. I'm trying to shake the camera as best I can there. I don't know what came out, but yeah, the Sony was very shaky. I'm not sure if the newer models have alleviated that. Let me know down below. Well, as you can see, I'm up the top of the hill. I've came inside where I've got a bit of shelter from the trees because the wind and rain. So anyhow, my cash has been stolen. And once again, somebody has far too much time on hands to climb. Look, I can zoom. To climb all the way up this hill. I mean, look how high up we are. To steal a little plastic container. Oh well, I'll just have to replace it again and again and again. Yeah, you get the idea. I've switched back to the GoPro because it's waterproof, and as you can tell, it's chucking it down and it's ice cold. It's got a bit of hail mixed in with it. So head back down to the car, get a replacement container for the cash, and I'll come up later on or tomorrow to replace it. Back to the sun. I see I'm doing it again. I'm looking up there, looking down in your eyes and my eyes. Back to the Sony again. As you can hear, it's still windy, but the rain has stopped. Heading back to the car. Yeah, then I need to think of something to do for the rest of the day. I have bought, just as another FYI, I have bought a neutral density filter for the front of this camera. It's mainly for photography, so I can cut down some stops of light and get that silky smooth water that you saw at Jasmine Dean. I did borrow a lens with a neutral density filter off Shagpile for that. So I've bought one for this camera. It's only the kit lens, not that big fancy smanchy lens I borrowed off him, but I'll get the same effect with an ND filter. That will also allow me to shoot on the 180 degree rule thing I was talking about yesterday, where your shutter speed should really ideally be double your frame rate. So I'm shooting on 24 frames per second today, so I should be 48, 50, 48 kind of, so I should be at 48 shutter speed. Yeah, is that right? Yes. Which I can't do because I haven't got the ND filter over the lens. What happens is everything gets blown out completely white and you can't see anything because the shutter is open for too long, basically, and allows too much light in. But the ND filter will cut that light down, allow me to open the shutter for that length of time, and you get loads of motion blur and stuff like this. So yeah, I'll try again when the ND filter comes. But for today, we're just leaving the shutter speed up to the camera, which is why, sorry, when I point the sky, it's blown out, then it comes into focus, and everything goes dark below it, and then I put it back onto me, and I'm dark, and then it goes light again. That's the camera working out the correct frame speed, no, wrong, shutter speed, yeah, shutter opening, how long it's open for, and the aperture as well. Because I've left it all up to the camera to work it out, which is the setting that is on the GoPro, because it's a fixed aperture on a GoPro, and it does all the frames and everything like itself in body. So as a fair comparison, I've let the camera do everything itself. And like I say, I haven't got an ND filter, so it would just be all white and blown out if I'd done it manually. This vlog is getting very technical now, isn't it? And sorry, I'm going to look away, I'm going to look into my eyes again. Because what I can see is, over here, I've got zebra stripes on the screen, which means this bit is overexposed, because the camera is exposing to here, and not here. Now if I point to that, you'll see, is it going to? It's starting to come, it's not as blown out. Point back to me, I'm dark, and then, there you go, you see? That is what I'm on about when it comes to the shutter speed. Now with an ND filter I can lock that off so it just stays at 1 constantly. Whether that's good for vlogs, I don't know. But it will be good for photography, so it is a useful tool. Yeah, getting far too technical now. Back to just entertainment. Typical. Just get back from walking up a blimmin' hill in the rain and hail, and the blue sky starting to come. Yeah, marvellous. Just because I want to and because I can, I'm having creme brulee for lunch. Oh yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just nipping across to get another one of them puzzle caches over Cramlington Way. With the help of the cache owner, I've managed to work it out. I was looking on a different site to what he was using for the answers, and that other site, for some reason, had some of the answers wrong. But with a phone call and a few messages off the cache owner, I've managed to get the coordinates. Well, now that's been found and signed, and I can't show you where it is, sorry, because it is a puzzle cache. So like yesterday, you have to work the clues out, and that'll give you the coordinates, and then you have to go and use the coordinates to go find it like a traditional cache, once you have those coordinates. So, sorry, can't show you where that one is, but it is signed. Thank you to the cache owner for pointing me in the right direction, that I was using the wrong website. Never mind. I think I've found a problem with the Sony. 2 seconds. That's better. Yeah. I think the Sony doesn't have very good low light capabilities. I mean, this isn't great, I'm just using the interior light of the car, but you can still see me, it's still usable. With the Sony, the screen was black, so I don't think I'm going to be able to take any of the footage off there. So I think that's a major down score for the Sony. Now, it is a Sony A5000, which is an older Sony, and it only has the 1850 kit lens. Let me know down below what other, if you own the other Sonys, the ZV-1 or the A6600, let me know what the low light capabilities of those ones are. Is it just the lens that isn't coping? Because the aperture can't open up high enough or low enough, or you know what I mean? Because like the lower the aperture number, the wider it is, which always gets me. I always thought that the higher the number, the bigger the aperture, but no, it's the other way around. Anywho, let me know down below whether you think it's just a lens issue, as in aperture, or if that is the sensor issue. Well, that's it for today, folks. Let me know down below if you've noticed any... Ooh, my watch is blinging. Oh, move gold, 200%. Anywho, let me know down below if you've noticed any difference with us filming on 24 frames per second. Also, I'm back to the GoPro because the Sony was too dark in here. So, yeah. Let me know what you think of the Sony footage over the GoPro footage. I prefer the GoPro. Yeah, let me know down below. See you all tomorrow. Now it's time to do your job.